Hey guys, Mike the Gaming Dad here and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you where to find all 10 of the numbered treasure maps in Skyrim, plus 3 additional secret ones, so sit back and enjoy and hopefully you'll discover something new. The first of these is what prompted me to do this video, as I think I've covered this so many times in my guides. It's getting to the point where I can't start a new game without grabbing this, it's just habit at this stage. Treasure Map 1 is located just over these rocks, not far from where you exit the cave with either Ralof or Hadvar. Nestled in these trees is a bandit camp occupied by 3 bandits, and the map is always located on one of these 3. These chests only spawn once the player owns the map, by the way, so make sure you collect them, otherwise the treasure locations will be empty. Here is where the treasure map is roughly located on the world map, just south of the standing stones. And here is the sketch, and this shows us the village of Riverwood, and the treasure is on the opposite side of the river to Riverwood, inside a tree trunk. And here we are stood overlooking Riverwood across the river. Swing a 180 from here and there is the giant tree trunk in front of us. And here is the treasure chest. All treasure chests are leveled, by the way, meaning the higher your level the better the loot. But don't worry if you pick this one up at a lower level though, they respawn roughly every in-game month. The location of Treasure Map 2 is quite a good location, I think. This is Journeyman's Nook, north of Windhelm, southeast of Winterhold. And the reason I like this location is the little storyline that has played out here. Upon entering, the player will find a bandit, and the one here for me seemed to be practicing getting her dagger out, which was kind, as it meant I could get a few arrows away. After dealing with the bandit in the circular room, you'll find the body of a dead mage, Borvir, complete with 3 arrows in his back. And he won't be carrying much, only the robes he wears. His boots are near the fire, but there is a unique elven dagger on the floor next to him, Borvir's dagger. And the dagger is basically the same as the standard elven one, only the name makes it unique, but it's still nice all the same. There are a few other items of note in this room, his apothecary satchel, plus the alchemy book, Herbalist's Guide to Skyrim. And finally, in the knapsack near the fire is where Treasure Map 2 is. Quite a lot for such a small location. And for those interested in the wider story, Borvir is actually one of the missing apprentices from the College of Winterhold mentioned by Finis Gester. The treasure map contains this sketch, which for veterans of Skyrim should instantly be recognisable as Valtheim Towers near Whiterun. It's quite a good drawing, I think, very close to the actual thing as shown here. And here is the treasure chest, just by the side of the river. I'll just show the location on the map. It's about halfway between Whiterun and Windhelm, and here is Whiterun just over here. Treasure Map 3 isn't that far from Valtheim Towers. If you basically follow the river east, round past Cradle Crush Rock, and then Mixwater Mill, you'll eventually reach the Riverside Shack. And now be careful the first time you explore this location. There'll either be a bear or a saber-tooth inside. Once this has been dispatched with, enter to find a gruesome scene. The previous unfortunate inhabitant has been eaten, and by the looks of it this beast has been here a while to be able to strip this skeleton completely. What an unfortunate end, and this person looks to have been reading a book by the fire, and then probably got the fright of their life as this saber-tooth walked in. And not a nice way to go. But if you have Skyrim Anniversary Edition, or the fishing minigame installed on SE, you'll have a fishing map located on the table here. There's also a light armour skill book, Rizlev the Righteous, and then some gold underneath the table. And that's about it for the interesting stuff in here. To find the treasure map, unlock the chest in the corner for some generic loot and the map. And this is the map. Again, quite a good drawing, I think. This is one of the ones I recognise straight away. This is the Solitude Lighthouse, and the treasure chest is located on the northern side of the peninsula, just underneath the rocks. I'll just show this one on the world map as well. Here it is, near the Dainty Sload, northeast of Solitude. Back in Whiterun now, and Treasure Map 4 is located inside Redderun's Retreat, this time to the west of Whiterun, just here on the map. Ready your weapons inside this location because it's usually inhabited by a few bandits, plus a dog. And yes, I did shoot that dog. It's usually hostile though, and I'm a Khajiit, so it kind of makes sense why. Sorry not sorry guys. And this bandit is really confused now though. Where did that come from, he's thinking. So he's getting an arrow from behind as well. There is a chest inside this room as well, so make sure you don't miss that, but it's not the one with the map inside. That's located a little further in, where the bandit chief is located, but there's usually a couple of bandits in here though, so just be careful. Once you've dealt with those, you'll find the map inside the bigger treasure chest. Avoid the trap just in front of it though and you're golden. There is also a sneak skill book in this room located on this box. Treasure Map 4 shows us two sketches. The first is a top-down view of Whiterun and the road network, and the second shows us a windmill with a route up the hill to the treasure. And this is the windmill in the sketch. This is the windmill of Pelagia Farm, just here on the world map, just south of Whiterun Stables. Now the location of this treasure chest is just up there, about where that white tree is on the hill, so let's head up to find it. Turn west here, and there's the tree. And here is a chest hidden inside these bushes. As I say, these chests are level by the way. I'm quite a low level here still, so the loot isn't that impressive, but don't let this put you off. The loot is about the same as a boss chest from a dungeon, so they are worth getting at higher levels. Treasure Map 5 isn't an easy location to get to, and definitely the most remote so far I'd say. This is Angie's camp, located high up in the mountains above Falkreath. Let's go chat to Angie, shall we?
Name's Angie, and if you try anything stupid, I won't hesitate to put an arrow in your head.
Yeah, she's lovely, honest, but definitely not to be messed with. I'm probably not going to steal anything here, put it that way. There is an archery skill book inside the bedroom, and a chest as well, but yeah, I'm going to leave her stuff well alone. And then the treasure map is located inside the bedside cabinet. Another fantastic location this by the way, but before I show you where to find the treasure, there's something else I need to show you here first. This is Bard's Leap Summit, and to reach this place you'll need to fight your way through a forsworn stronghold, Lost Valley Redoubt. And yeah, you guessed it, we're jumping off. Survive this ordeal and you'll be greeted by the ghost of Azadal, who has a little message for you.
It's been a long time since someone took me. Longer still, since any survived. I once performed the entirety of the poetic Edda from atop Bard's Leap before trying my luck. Well, you can see how that turned out.
He'll then play a tune, or at least I think he does. It's a shame you can't hear his song, but you do get a speech level afterwards. Now let's look at the treasure map. It does show a large waterfall, but not the one we just jumped from. To find the one in the map, turn around and then head down the leftmost waterway. Where we need to be heading is down there. Don't jump off this one though, you will most definitely die. You can get down by jumping down the rocks though. Skyrim physics. Now we are at the base, let's look at the map again. Yeah, this definitely looks like the place. You can see the stone statues of the bird heads. And the treasure chest is located just down here, inside the waterfall. Here you go. Treasure Map 6 isn't an easy one to find. You really have to hit the exact spot to stumble onto this one. But it comes with another great mini story. To find this one, head to Vollenrud, south of the shrine of Mehrunes Dagon. And it's in the location of the shrine that you want to be heading, basically north-northwest into the trees. When you reach these rocks, head to the right but hug their edge. And once at the top, turn left and head southwest into them. And within here you'll find the body of a wood elf, and she'll be carrying the map. I'll just show this location on the world map as it's not an easy one to find, just here south of the shrine. Now the reason why I like this location is it's what makes Skyrim great in my opinion, the amount of detail, little stories and Easter eggs it contains. If you head back out onto the snow, you might notice patches of blood on the floor. Follow these and you'll discover it's actually a trail. And eventually you'll find a levelled bow. Continue on for more blood. Eventually as you head down the mountain, you'll discover the body of another wood elf, this time a male. I wonder what happened here. Did these two have a fight, maybe fall out over the map? Did she kill the male but then succumb to her own injuries just further up the hill? Or did someone do this to both of them? Treasure Map 6 I actually couldn't work out myself until I saw the location, and then it was blindingly obvious as it matches it almost perfectly. This is none other than Corvan Yund, most famous for the Civil War quest involving the Jagged Crown. To find the treasure chest, just head up around the outer rim. You'll find an old tree located at the top of the arch. The chest is right beside this. Treasure Map 7 is located just east of Windhelm, in a fairly remote section of the map. This is Traitor's Post. Ready your weapons here as this is another bandit location. Once you've turned all the bandits into human pincushions like Exhibit A here, and Exhibit B and C, you can take a look around. There isn't a huge amount here though, for quite a large dwelling this place is pretty empty. The chest where you can find the map is in this room here. And you don't have to travel too far to find the actual chest. This one is located at Gallows Rock, which is southwest of Windhelm. This is the sketch on the map, which shows a hangsman's noose with the treasure chest underneath. My level is a bit higher now by the way, so you'll start to see the treasure get progressively better. At the business end now guys, Treasure Map 8, and another location with a little story. This one is found just south of Bleak Coast Cave. Here on the banks of the frozen sea, you'll find a lone horse and a camp. Approach the camp and quickly it'll become obvious that the inhabitants here are hawker hunters. Dead hawker, hawker meat on the table, a few tusks, carving equipment and so on. There's also a skill book on the table, and this knapsack contains a few items as well. No sign of the hunters though. Well, they aren't actually that far away. You basically want to head in this direction here, just east towards the sea. If you hug the shoreline, you should find a cluster of hawkers on the beach, and they usually attack if you get too close, but hidden amongst them, sometimes actually underneath the dead hawker, are the bodies of where the hunters made their last stand, and one of them will be carrying Treasure Map 8. This is also a good location if, like me, you think paying for horses is expensive, so just take this one for free. Your new companion will thank you for the warmer climate, because where we are heading is Dragonbridge in Solitude. And Treasure Map 8 is unique because it contains two parts to it. The first part shows the base of a tree, on the other side of the river to the mill, and then part 2 shows a location in the water near the Dragonbridge. Let's find the tree first. Head over the bridge and then turn right, and this is what we're looking for, this satchel here. And this contains the Dragonbridge chest key. Now let's look at the map again. It's definitely showing the location of the treasure on the opposite side of the bridge to the mill. And there is the mill over there, so the treasure must be down here. Let's get on our diving equipment and take a look. And here it is. Remember Treasure Map 3 where we followed the path of the river from Valheim Towers up to the riverside shack just here? Well, we are back here again, this time stopping just south of Cradle Crush Rock, and we're just stood at the intersection where two rivers meet. Another fantastic location this is, by the way, one of my favourite unmarked locations. Where we are heading is that little destroyed shack just down there, so let's take a closer look. This tree has absolutely obliterated this shack. I hope there was no one inside. Ouch, this looks ominous. What a mess. Down here is the unfortunate inhabitant, Lucky Lorenz. What a name. He's carrying a load of stuff, and Treasure Map 9 will be amongst his possessions. The location of the treasure chest isn't as obvious as some of the previous ones I've shown, so the best place to find this is this location here, Broken Helm Hollow. Once here, the treasure chest is just a short drop down, nestled within the waterfall. Once you've found it though, I recommend scaling down the rest of the waterfall. At its base you'll find this unfortunate Khajiit. He doesn't have much on him. Maybe he tried to find the treasure as well before falling to his death. And once here, if you turn 180 degrees, you'll see the bridge in front of you as shown on the sketch. Treasure Map 10 is located somewhere with a lot of other worthwhile loot, so even if you don't come here for the map, I bet you'll come here at some point in your Skyrim journey. This location is Stony Creek Cave, so let's take a look inside. This is another bandit cove, so get ready to do some fighting in here. And once they're dealt with, take the time to look around. Anniversary Edition players should check out the Bandit Chief. He'll be carrying the Ruin's Edge bow, a rather ridiculous bow that randomly selects from 5 effects: Frost, Demoralise, Frenzy, Drain Magicka and Paralyze. Some sources online say he is carrying the treasure map as well though, which for me wasn't the case. The map also isn't in the treasure chest either. Instead, head up this little pathway back down the corridor. It can easily be missed. And up here you'll find another little room with another bandit. Take them down, and this bandit was carrying Treasure Map 10. Inside this room there's also one of the Stones of Baron Zaya, a skill book, and then in the chest there is Finn's loot, one of the Bard's college items. Loads of reasons to visit this location. Oh, and look, Meridia's beacon again. Yay!
A new hand touches the beacon.
You're going to get wet again in your quest to find this treasure. What this map shows is the Lady Stone in the middle of Lake Ilinata. It's quite a good sketch as well. Here is the stone. To stand the best chance of finding this one, you basically want to be heading in this direction, towards those trees over there. I guess east-northeast. And there's a deer walking across, so I'm just going to swim towards that. And here is the treasure chest. Oh, hang on, currently's taking me away from it. There we go. And that concludes the main 10, and now for 3 hidden ones. The first one is located at Fort Neugrad, southeast of Helgen. If you've not completed the Civil War questline, this area will be covered with bandits. One is especially tough, the Brandish, who blast you with heavy destruction magic. An arrow to the back of the neck should do it though. Once he's gone, the rest are quite easy. Head into the fort and kill the remaining bandits in there. And then find your way onto the roof, up this ladder. Once up there you'll see a chest, half buried by snow, and the treasure map is located inside. And this one is located on the same site. The map shows the fort, and the lake, and the route runs it outside and up the hill. Here is the lake, so let's go take a look. And here we are. If you thought that one was missable, how about a treasure map hidden inside a quest, inside one of the most remote locations in Skyrim, which doesn't even appear inside your journal? Oh, and even if you do find the quest, if you select the wrong dialogue option, you won't even get it. Yeah, that's this next one. To find this one, join the College of Winterhold and head inside the Midden, and once here continue deeper. You need to go through the door into the Midden Dark. Just over this bridge, and then up these stairs, and then go down this corridor, and then finally into this room. And in here you'll find one of the most bizarre locations in the game, a Daedric glove with the Oblivion symbol on it. You can't take the glove, but it looks like you can interact with all 4 fingers. The very first time I came here, I completely missed what you need to find to progress to the next step, and I didn't come back here for years. On the table is a Midden incident report, which will detail 4 students that died down here performing some sort of conjuration ritual with the glove. The report also mentions 4 gloves stored inside the Arcanium, and there's also a key, so let's head up to the Arcanium. Now we need to avoid Skyrim's grumpiest orc, as taking the rings counts as stealing. The chest is located just around here, and as long as he can't see us, we are fine. Now the order you need to place the rings is index finger, Katarina's ring, middle finger, Trioi's ring, ring finger, Balwin's ring, and little finger, Pithican's ring. And now I'll let this scene unfold now for a bit.
So, you broke the binding spell, did you? Matters little. Their souls are trapped in oblivion all the same, and here I stay. Where I belong is back aboard my ship on the Abyssian. You've no hope of defeating me, pup! Don't bother! Why not broker a bargain instead?
Now this is the important part. To get the map, you need to let him go and select I'm listening.
Those kids are dead anyway. Killing me won't bring them back. I, on the other hand, have done quite a bit with my time on Mundus. Release me, and I'll share a bit of my wealth with you.
And this option doesn't really matter which you select.
Names have power, lad. You should know by now. Just say, Velehk Sain, I release you, and poof, I'm on my way.
And now say you release him.
There's a smart lad. Take the map. The loot's hidden there. It'll show itself when you get near. See you on the other side, mortal.
And that's it, you can't interact with the glove anymore. Now of all the maps, this is the one I probably struggled with the most, but the one discerning feature I could see is the Talos statue. The treasure chest looks to be directly underneath it. Now there are quite a few Talos statues around Skyrim, but one of them is quite close. Hug the northern shore from Winterhold and head west. Get to the statue and then you should hear the treasure chest pour in below you. And it's proper pirate booty, this one. Probably the biggest haul of the lot. I'll just show it on the map. It's on this little island here. But yeah, there are coin purses, gold bars, a levelled enchanted sword, jewels, rings, goblets, amulets, a statue of Dibella and 2 treasure chests. One last location in this list, and this one is located on Solstheim. To find this map, head inside the Raven Rock Temple. Once inside, go downstairs and in this room on the right, read the Deathbrand book that's on the table to start the quest. You need to be, I think it's level 36 to start this though. If you read it before that point, no quest will start. And this will lead you to Hackneer's Shoal. Slay the pirate captain here and on him you'll find the Deathbrand treasure map. Now this map isn't found inside your book section like all the others. It's actually in miscellaneous items for some reason, and shows Solstheim with 4 locations on it. The first one is on the little island you are on. Unlock this chest for the Deathbrand helm. Location 2 is just south of the Sunstone, near Tel Mithrin. Deal with the ash spawn here, and you'll find some dead treasure hunters here as well. So near yet so far, hey? Unlock this chest for the Deathbrand boots. Location 3 usually has a few reavers to deal with. Here it is, northwest of Raven Rock. Unlock this chest for the Deathbrand armour. And from here just head north up the coast. Eventually you'll find this mud crab pool. I don't know if this is normal, but these Reeklings showed up and then we had some sort of weird fight. The crabs didn't last long though, so kill the gremlins. And this chest contains the gauntlets to complete the set. You can continue the quest from here, but this is where I'll end the video. Let's just try this armour on for size. Oh yeah, Ice Kitty. I hope you enjoyed this guide. Was there any treasure maps I missed? I've been Mike the Gaming Dad. I'll see you next time.